Let's see how you can use two-tone stitching from the store. The two-tone stitching is meant to be used with two different layers and two different fonts. They are made to be perfectly aligned, so that is going to be the magic of using these fonts. So for example, let's make a line. So using the text tool, I'm going to use here the two-tone stitch 1A. So the A is going to be the bottom stitch or the bottom layer, and I'm going to make it fairly large for this demonstration. So I can just choose a particular font or character, and I'm going to repeat this in blue. I'm using a kerning of 0. This is going to be important because it will be aligned much better. The color and the size can be whatever you want. Once you're done with your first line, you will go into the Layers palette, right-click, and duplicate it. Now on the duplicate copy, you highlight everything with on the duplicate, and this one is going to be changing to the other font. So from A to B. And here you can change the color if you want also, and you accept. And now, as you can see, you have a nice combination of the two. At this point, it's up to you. You can convert this to a raster. You can add a texture or noise, and the amount will depend on the size of your font. You can add an inner bevel, and you can add a drop shadow, usually very small. And you would repeat the same thing with the other layer. So right click to convert to a raster layer. Add the same amount of noise. If you want, you can add a texture instead. You can add a bevel, and you can add the same drop shadow. And now you have everything that looks thicker as if you had different layers. If you want to place your stitches along a path, you can also do that. So you can create a path from any vector tool. So let's create just a circle and activating the text tool, I will anchor my stitching on top. Let's center it. And I'll go again with the bottom layer. And I'll make it, let's see, purple. And I'll change the color to maybe purple. And I'll put my first layer of stitching along that path. I can go as far as I want. Maybe I don't want to have the whole circle. That's fine. And again, I will go in my Layers palette, right-click, duplicate it. Since I don't need that circle, I'll hide it. Don't delete it because you're going to lose the path. And I'll activate the top layer with the object, with the text. Select everything. And I'll go in, changing the font to B, from A to B. And If I want, I can change the color also. So let's make it just a little darker purple. And I accept. And now, as you can see, let's zoom in. You have a nice stitching that follows the path. You can now follow the exact same steps as before in right-click, convert to raster. From there, you can add a texture, a bevel, and a shadow for a unique effect. Now it's your turn to use a layered font with PaintShop. Have fun!